Hello, this is Father Martin, and this is the Priest Post, not to be confused with Bishop's Post, which is a great restaurant. Today we're going to be talking about the domestic church. As we've been experiencing this time of quarantine as a community, as a nation, and as a world right now, one of the things I've been thinking about a lot is how this can become a time for us as families, or you as families in particular, to kind of rediscover what the church's teaching is about making the home a domestic church. All the way back in the early days of the church fathers referred to homes as the small churches or the little churches. And it was at the Second Vatican Council that they took this up again to try to remind families everywhere that your home is a sanctuary, that it's at home where you live out your baptismal promises. It's at home where you're first a community of faith, a community of prayer. You think about the offices that we have in our baptisms, that we are baptized as priest, prophet, and king. So at home in the domestic church, what does a priest do? What does a priest look like? Well, a priest is somebody that offers up prayers and sacrifices for others. That's obviously very easy to do at home, that you can pray and offer up sacrifices for the people that are literally living under the same roof as you. But then also as a family, you can intercede and offer up prayers and sacrifices for the less fortunate, that you can have your hearts and your minds attuned to the marginalized of our society, that as a family, maybe you can offer up prayers and sacrifices for people in the larger community as well. What's it mean to be a prophet? Well, a prophet is somebody who speaks on behalf of God. It's somebody that speaks the truth with love. And so we're all called, again, in our baptisms to be people that speak prophetically to one another, lovingly and honestly to one another. And that's obviously something we can also do at home, that we can speak the truth with love. We can call each other to a greater level of holiness in all that we do. And then lastly, to be a king or a queen means that we have dominion, and that we have rightly ordered households, that we have rightly ordered lives, and that we can try to begin spreading God's kingdom first and foremost at home as a family. And so as we begin this time, it's okay. I saw it coming. No worries. So in this time of quarantine, this provides us an opportunity again to kind of examine what does our home life look like. A challenge that I throw out to all of you is maybe to think about what does it look like, especially on Sunday. What does being a domestic church look like on the Lord's Day when we can't go to church? How do you maybe set up a sanctuary in your own home? How do you have a space for prayer? What does it look like for moms and dads to pray with and over their children? Husbands and wives, what's it look like for you to pray with one another at this time? That if we really kind of take advantage of some of the gifts that God may be giving us at this time, I think that we might see a new springtime in holiness that begins at home in the domestic church. So my prayer for all of you is that you're able to open yourselves up to be the priests, prophets, kings, and queens that God calls you to be, and that we're able to further his kingdom, but really living out your identity as the domestic church. See you next time in beautiful downtown Baldwin.